So first off, what are people in for when they watch this movie?
An action ride. It's nice if they have you know, snacks, and just the ability to be entertained in that kind of way. It's kind of a little bit nonstop action. I think that the film is small but mighty.
I love that. I love that. Can you explain how you came to be a part of this film?
Yeah, I was approached by Oksana, and she asked me to read the script. She came through a friend, and I read it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very ambitious kind of project. Um, you know, Given that they weren't backed up by a studio, and but when I talked to Mike, I was like, you know what? Like this could be fun. The interesting thing too is that technology has changed so much that you can do a lot more with a lot less. And Mike seemed to not just know that, but know how to employ that. And I was like, let's give it a try. Let's go for the run because I like what this is about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, and you played Chief Santiago. Can you describe a little bit about who he is and then what it was about this role that really drew you into play him?
Yeah, I think the main thing about the role was that I wanted to be able to. I think originally asked if I wanted to play Julio because he had more of a romantic lead, but I just really, with a film like this, I wanted to be of service to it. I wanted to be able to play a character that was really going to bring Oksana out as the lead, her character, to bring Dominique out and somebody to kind of opposite her and counter her with moves that were going to make her moves even bigger and more powerful, like kind of put her into that exalted kind of place that we needed it. And I think that, the main draw for the film to me is the message of it. We're in a very interesting place in the world right now, and the fact that Oksana is Ukrainian, and the fact that she's a woman, and there's all this stuff not just happening all over the world, but specifically in the Ukraine. You don't really ever hear much about the woman aspect of stuff like that. I think that a lot of people can watch this film and get something very personal from it.
I like that. So yeah, this was co-written by Oksana. So I like to think that when writers write stories, they put a little bit of themselves into it. So kind of knowing that, how did you approach playing Chief Santiago?
I there's two different aspects to it. You see who the character is, but then you see how who he is benefits the larger story. And I think it's kind of a delicate balance in being able to read it and understand what is needed in a moment. You know, um, it's ultimately it's kind of like a band. You know what I mean? And you're playing an instrument in it, and you need to know when your instrument is going to favor the overall piece the best and be the most service to it. It's not just about you being able to do a solo and take things away, but it's about you being able to add to the overall picture of something.
That's a great analogy. It really is. Um, in addition to the overall story and the message of the story, what is something that you're really excited for people to see?
Women being empowered, you know, women being empowered, and like just that it's really it's. I was saying this before. It's the dark feminine, you know, like the mother cub having her cubs. I think when a woman finds something that she becomes passionate and cares about, she's very, very, very formidable. And I think it's about that. It's about, reminding women that they're, that the world is changing and that they're starting to find things that they really care about. And, we're putting these heroes for them to be able to relate to. Men have had it forever. And I think that it's mainly been withdrawn from women. And I think that the best service we can do to society is have, a woman that stands beside a man and not behind a man, you know. And I think that films like that are kind of leading to that.
I agree. I agree. Um, Kind of blew through my questions really quickly. So those are all of the formal questions that I had for you, but is there
Let's get
anything?
into some informal questions then.
Well, I was just wondering if there was anything else you wanted to add.
No, I mean, I don't know what else to add. There's, I think everything is on the film. Enjoy it. We know that the people that are going to watch it are going to watch it right away, and the people that aren't. There's going to, somebody might be bored one day on a plane and decide, oh, Dominique, I heard about this. Let me watch it. And it's again, a lot of this is definitely, some of it is entertainment, but a lot of this is also, what are the messages that we're also bringing to people? Because I think that that's really what independent film is known for. Kind of, you know, weaving in more obvious messages that deal with a more immediate one-on-one connection with people than kind of larger, you know, messages, whether you're dealing with like an X-Men or even a Den of Thieves, or you're talking about a state of society, not the state of the human condition.
Right, right. Awesome. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure getting to talk to you, and it was a pleasure getting to watch this film. Um, so thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you.